Hi, my name is Julie and I make and sell cards, and today I am making a fairly easy card with this fun color scheme of like a dark pink and a dark blue. So this is my card base, which I already cut and scored. It is out of a berry burst color, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 4.25, so my front is 4.25 by 5.5. And then I'm gonna put on this kind of contrasting color. It's Secret Sea, very dark bluish gray. This is 4 by 5.25. So there's a little layer around so you can kind of see the pink of the base. So then this is my focal point, this fun color that has some ferns and flowers in there. And I'm doing a little technique here, which I'll talk about with these papers momentarily. But first I'm going to make my background emboss. I'm going to use this embossing folder, which is a fern embossing folder, and because the ferns kind of go, I got this a while ago, I'm not sure if it's still available, but I picked the ferns because there are ferns in the paper of my focal point, so I just thought this would be a fun background. You could leave it blank too, so I'm going to put this through. I don't need these plates. So for the embossing folder, I just need plate 1 and 4 because it's a 3D, and I put mine here, and you put the, I guess it's called the seam, the folded part, facing in as you're going. So I'm going to run my paper through, and it's going to make a fun little emboss layer, which I think is really, I enjoy embossing. I think it gives a fun texture to it, even though it's the background layer and some of it will be hidden by the focal point, but a lot of it will be still seen. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this, here's my glue, put this background layer on my card base. Oops. I do like to give some extra glue when I have an emboss layer, just because it's not super flat and paper on paper, so it kind of helps with just making sure everything adheres. I don't like any of my layers to come up after the fact. I want my card to stay put forever. Okay, so I just like how it has a nice little border, and I like these bold dark colors. I think the pop of the pink really works nicely. Okay, so this is the same color, Secret Sea. This layer is 4 1/8, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So, and then this focal point is just 1/8 of an inch smaller, so 3 by 4. And so I can have a slight little border, which will get a little bit lost, but you can kind of see it because it is back to back, but I wanted to put a background. So what I did with my 3 by 4 piece, I just trimmed it. I went to the edge here and then kind of went up, I don't know, an inch and 1/4. I'm not sure exactly how much that is, but it's however much you want it to go. You can make it a steeper angle, or this is just kind of doing that. So I don't need this piece because I don't. And then I have this piece, which is gonna go behind and take the place of the piece I came out. Now, you could cut this same piece the exact same size, or I cut it a little bit bigger, and I'm just going to line them up so it covers that way. And then my sentiment is gonna go against this diagonal line. So I'm just gonna put some glue on the pink, only on the parts that are getting covered, so just up here. And maybe I'll go along this line here, just to make sure. So this part is tricky, so not overly tricky, but just I'm lining it up, and I don't want the pink to be seen. So I want it to look like it's not there behind that. So I'm just trying to line it up as best I can at the tip, and noticing the sides here that they're lined up. And when it looks pretty good, I'll press it down. So this is the back, and this part is glued here. Okay, now I'm going to glue it onto my little frame here, little matte layer, which is a very narrow matte. I usually don't do 1/8 of an inch matte layers, but I didn't want too much of it. So it is probably hard to see on the video, but I'm just having a slight little border around. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals to give it a little bit of height, which also adds to a little bit of extra interest here. Alrighty. And then this is going on my card base. And then the sentiment will be, oops, there's one of the backings got stuck. So I'm just centering it, kind of thinking as I'm looking at it, are my sides fairly even? They don't have to be perfect. I'm just eyeballing it. It is a little higher up here, but that's okay. It's mostly even. Okay, so now is the time for my sentiment. And I wanted a sentiment. I got this little thin, it's probably a 1/2 inch, huh? I did cut it from, what did I cut it from? The Delightful Wishes. These are some older dies too, because it matched up nicely. And I have this small little stamp that says happy birthday. It actually has extra words because it's from a thing that says wishing you a happy birthday, but I just want the happy birthday part. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But it fits almost perfectly, so I want happy birthday on here. And I'm going to use some Secrecy ink to stamp my sentiment. And but I'm also, so like I said, it has 2 extra words here that I don't want, so I'm just going to use some regular old Scotch tape here and cover them here. Sorry. Excuse me. So I just want the happy birthday. I'm just going to have it, it's kind of coming up a little bit. It's going to go on here. So now I'm inking up my stamp and I can see through it, and now here's my tape here, and I'm just going to take the tape off, and it's got ink on it here, so I want to throw it out right away because it's going to make a little bit of a mess. And I'm going to try to just hopefully somewhat center this. Hopefully that is centered. I made a few extra. Okay, not bad. It's a little floating up a little bit, but I'll live with that. And then I'm just going to glue it down. And you could add some gems or a ribbon if you wanted. I might go back. I didn't bring some gems over, but I do have some berry burst gems that I might add to either side after the fact, but I didn't bring them over here. So I just kind of put mine against the, you could put a ribbon against that little line there too. And now I just need to do the inside, which I have cut white insert, which is the exact same 4 by 5 1/4 as that embossed matte layer. And I die cut these, I think they're from, ooh, what's the word? What's the name of that? It's one I really like a lot. It's on the tip of my tongue. So these ferns, they kind of matched, but something that goes. I love to just do a little something on the inside. I'm just gluing each of the pieces. You could stamp something, a leaf, or something that coordinates with whatever your focal point is, or leave it blank. That's fine. Or write a sentiment. I have happy birthday on the front. I could stamp a sentiment too. And my card is done. So came together pretty quickly. It's pretty simple, but this little extra cut here just kind of gives it a little pop of the pink here that coordinates with the base and looks kind of fun and is a little bit different. So I got this idea, I think, from Karen Titus. So I have this, it's a photo album of all these card ideas. So when I take pictures of some of my cards, and so this one here I made about a year and a half ago, and I think I got the idea from Karen Titus. So it's here, had some fruit paper and then used a little bluish background here. So I took a picture of it, and a couple of days ago I was thinking of, you know, what can I do? I wanted a different design. I was kind of looking for an idea, so I opened up that book and found this. So, and I was like, oh, this will be cute. So I did that one. I made another one, and with it different fern paper. So I used the same fern embossing folder. This is soft sea foam cardstock with peaceful pine green, and then this one is a little bit larger though. As you can see, my layer here with the pattern paper is a little bit larger. I didn't mat it, and I just glued it down. I didn't pop it up. It doesn't have a matte layer. It was a little bit bigger, so similar idea, but a little bit different. So hope you like this little template. I think it's a fun, different template, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it.